Yes, sir.
You're free to begin to testify.
Okay. Basically what I'm here about is she has claimed evidently claimed that she was my brother's wife and went down to a police evidence room and claimed some firearms out of the evidence room. And they were supposed to be given back to me. They were taken away from my brother. And I wanted to come back and claim them a few days after he got out of jail. And then when I went to claim them, we found out that she went down there and took them. And these guns have been in my brother's possession a long time. You know.
All right, well, I would imagine there's some paperwork involved because
Yes,
no one just goes down and gets guns. So do you have that paperwork?
Yes, sir, I do. I have the police record. Right here. Let's hang on to that. It's in here, because this is the whole police record right here. This is what Precinct 4 Constable sent me.
Now, how did you, excuse me, your brother come to be in the constable's possession?
Christine and her daughter accused my brother of assault with a firearm.
And were there firearms on your person?
No, sir. What they did was, I was disabled at that time. I could barely walk. I had just gotten out of bed. And she or her daughter got together because I called the police on her children twice in 1 week. And on the oldest daughter.
Do you remember the question?
Sir?
Do you remember the question?
I'm sorry.
That was called venting.
Okay.
So you were accused of assault with a rifle?
They accused me of assault with a firearm.
Okay, assault with a firearm.
They said multiple firearms.
How did they come to confiscate the guns?
A gentleman, a maintenance man from the office came running into my house in the middle of my living room, he started hollering, asking me where all my guns were. And I knew the man. I did not know why he was there. And he said that the daughter or something had called the police and said that I assaulted her and that the police were on their way. And so I kind of freaked out about it. I knew the man, so I went and retrieved all the firearms out of the house and gave them to that gentleman. And then he went outside, and when I walked outside the door, next thing I know, the police threw handcuffs on me. And then they took me to jail. I didn't even know what I was being charged with until I got to jail.
Well, that's usually. Now, if I'm reading this correctly, there are 3 guns involved.
Yes, sir.
So we got a Winchester 12 gauge, Stephen 12 gauge, and a 44 Magnum Ruger.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
And when someone comes to retrieve guns from a law enforcement agency which have been taken as evidence, or just taken, there has to be something signed by the person receiving them from the law enforcement agency, which is not in this particular batch of papers. Do you have anything that would show that she received them from the constable?
Oh, it was in here. I mean, it's not signed, but they said that she had claimed them. And she admitted in front of Judge Ken Adams the last time that she did go in and claim
Did you
them.
get a property seizure hearing?
I'm not familiar with that.
Okay, well, where property's been lost or stolen or has been seized as evidence, there has to be a court order releasing it to the party who has the greater right to possess in this case, the firearms, but in all cases, the property. So how did she go before Judge Adams? How did that?
Well, everything was taken out of my brother's house. They used the security of a protective order, and when he was in jail, and then we heard this from the people across the street, that her and her family went in and literally wiped out the whole house. They took everything.
Okay.
We have pictures of that.
How do we get to Judge Adams? How do we get in front of him?
He filed a small claim against him for $5,000, but the judge said that since we couldn't prove exactly what all was taken, and not only that, he said this is criminal. He said this is not civil, and suggested
it could be.
Right, and suggested that my brother file charges, but they simply refused to file charges. Precinct 4 did.
So you got before him as a result of the small claims act?
Yeah, we were both there.
Okay. Now, are these 3 guns yours or his?
My brother gave them to me.
I gave them to him.
When did you give them to him?
It was it was just a few days.
I still got the
A
receipt.
day or two after I got out of jail.
I still got the receipt. Oh, here it is. Because I told him that I was going to go down there and sing them.
Now, doesn't it seem logical to you that if someone were retrieving 3 guns from a law enforcement agency that were taken during an arrest, that there would be a signed receipt for that? Does it sound logical?
Yes, sir.
Good, that's a correct answer. Okay. We're going to stop here for a moment. Go here. So the obvious question is...
May I speak one sentence,
That is
please? Okay.
I didn't say you couldn't later, I just can't right now.
Okay. Yes, we were living together for 13 and a half years.
Well, I read between those lines.
In these last of the years, it got very violent toward my children and myself. No, Your Honor, I never claimed that was my husband or I was his wife. He did threaten.
Do you remember the question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll only answer that, and I'll let you say all the others.
Okay. The constable's department called me. My mother had answered the phone. This is my mother. I guess I don't, Your Honor.
Do you have the 3 guns?
No, Your Honor, I have 2.
Which 2 do you have?
I have the 2 shotguns.
Okay. How did you come into possession of them?
The constable's department called my house, her house, and she had answered the phone, and they said to come down and pick them up, that they rightfully belonged to me since we had been together for so long.
Yeah, the constable can't make that. Plus, he's also wrong.
That's what he said, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll believe.
And so, yes, he did have me sign a paper.
And I'll even tell you this, the constable can't do this without a court hearing. Should be a judge's signature on here. No, it's 4. You're the one that... Okay, so don't know where the magnet is.
That was kept in the downtown court.
Still down there?
Still
Yes, sir.
Makes sense. Okay.
That was held.
Now, even if you were married, the guns don't necessarily belong to you. Because if they were separate property, meaning he had possession of them before you got married, then it would be his separate property. But clearly you're not married, so it's his whenever he gets it. But, Magnum's down there. Missing the clearance stock, so theoretically, these guns aren't worth that much.
No, it's the principle of it, that's the reason I'm here. It's just,
And not only that, they claim that I used several weapons.
Well, that's
Who
cool.
claimed?
Yeah, well, I now declare you divorced.
Thank you. Thank you.
But anyway, that's,
Could she get that in writing?
yes, I'm gonna put that in.
Thank you. Thank you.
She said in court, in Ken Adams.
And so you don't really use this stuff, do you?
No.
Well, let me ask you this. If we just reset it and you brought the 2 shotguns down,
Can I say something?
Uh-huh.
When he was arrested, he became a felon, and he is not supposed to have them.
well, but
Weapons.
he won't have them.
But, Your Honor, his brother,
Well,
Will
that's
return.
between him and the parole officer and all those people. But, so, there is evidence, pretty clear evidence, that
they were bought when we were
guns were
together
understand. I'm just saying he
for the
gave,
protection of our family.
Oh, Your Honor,
shotguns don't protect anybody.
No, we
They just kill small animals. It's hard to hide those under the pillow. Okay, if I were to say that the evidence would suggest he's entitled to the guns back, and either I give a money equivalent for those, or you say, okay, I concede that, and I'll give the brother the shotguns, and the case will be dismissed, those would be your choices, right? It doesn't make any difference to me.
So even though they were turned over to me, since they were bought while we were
Yeah,
together,
one, they shouldn't have been handed over to you. Two, because they were taken as evidence in a proceeding, they can't make the decision who gets to pick them up. And you just said you weren't married, right? Okay. So, and you don't have any evidence that he bought these.
no.
Okay, so they're his. And he gave them to his brother, which he certainly can do. So, and you notice the language here, by signing this release form, I also state that I have not received any reimbursement for the above listed item in any way, and that the owner shall produce all the above listed property if needed for said case in court.
Yes, sir.
So in effect, they're saying we're giving you evidence back? This is a very weird form. Okay. You just tell me how you want me, I can rule it and give a monetary value, and then it's just over. Everybody having the right to appeal, but there'll be a judgment against you, or, in which you'd have the right to appeal also, so, you know, just the fact that I'm doing it doesn't mean another court would. Or we can just deliver the guns to the brother, case dismissed, life goes on.
Your Honor, I'm afraid because he has threatened us since the first court.
Judge,
And if I give them to his brother, I know he will in turn give them to him, and he's already threatened.
Okay, well, all right, we'll just, let me see some evidence as to what the shotguns are worth.
well, here's one of them.
I have a copy of these two, I'll put these in the Hall of Fame.
This was back in '94. And to answer her question,
No, you don't have to.
about driving in front of the house.
no,
That one, you answer. Okay, so the Winchester's worth $175.01.
right, the other one is a breakdown shotgun. I haven't been able to find that one.
What amount did you pay for it, Rick?
Well,
It was pretty close to
most breakdowns are like $100.
Your Honor, it was bought at a Fiesta pawn. It looks like Jed Clampett from the Beverly Hillbillies,
That's what it says.
and it is in pieces. It's
You buy it at a pawn shop or brand new?
I bought it at the pawn shop.
Okay, $50. So we're gonna make the judgment $225.01 plus $45. All right.
how long to get that up?
30 days.
30.
Yeah, you can see it.
I was about to say I answered the phone
Oh,
to the constable.
well, I just believe you.
Now, from what we understood, the one who claimed he owned them to begin with is a convicted felon and not supposed to have those.
Well, and you're right, he's not supposed to have them. And he won't, because you're going to have them. And for that privilege, you're going to pay $225.01 plus court costs.
22501.
Can I get a bill? Yeah.
And I'll send it to you.
All right.
Okay, everybody's free to go.
All right. Thank you.
Well, and since I declared you divorced, yeah, you two ladies leave first.
Can I get that in writing?
Leaving now, it's on tape.
Thank you, but he has the tape.
Yeah, but I was here.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Charles, get it, do.